everybody, and welcome back to the non-league adventure with me, GWFM, playing as ECFC in the Barclays Premier League. If you joined us last time, obviously, we had a game against Manchester United. We drew 3-3 and it left us in this position where we are now. 2 games to play, every chance of getting Europa League competition football. But there's a slight chance we can get Champions League if we can somehow dislodge Liverpool. Now there's one problem, well there's 2 problems. One is, I can just see here, previous meetings we haven't won them before, we're shite against Chelsea. But, you know, they're down in 10th, manager Jamie Vardy is under a lot of pressure. I think we've got a chance today of getting 3 points. Another problem is, Lukunku just came to us, literally I'll show you. Lukunku asked to discuss personal matters. Assistant manager Warren Feeney has had a chat with Purple Lukunku this morning, and the player wants to talk about leaving to join Everton. Now this reminds me of you know, a couple of years back. I say a couple of years, quite a few years back. Norwich came up into the Premier League with Paul Lambert. Slightly different this, by the way, but he got into the Premier League. I think they finished like 13th or something daft with Norwich. Aston Villa, I think, survived by the skin of their teeth in like 17th or 16th. So they went in for Paul Lambert, and Paul Lambert decided to up sticks and leave Norwich, who had been with since League One, got them all that success into the Premier League, right, and then just sack them off for a team that's below them in the league. Now it's not the same. Everton are ahead of us, 1 place by 2 points. 2 points, that's all it is. So he went to up sticks and moved to Scouserland, which, I don't know, I mean, they are a big club, I suppose, at Everton. They're one of the big clubs. I mean, some Liverpool fans would disagree with that. But I don't know, it's just a bit naff. So I've promised to let him go if they meet our valuation. Now, our valuation, hoping to put them off, is £60 million. If anyone comes in for him, bear in mind that we're only getting 75% for some reason of transfer sales, even though, because of our debt levels, we're in the white. What? So all his budget's been used up, by the way, by signing on fees and stuff like that for players, because and we used 575 grand for, you know, this guy. He played so many games for us. Like, it's 25 games, is it, for us? No, 50 games, sorry. So look at that, he's not really improved, has he? Bit of a shame, because his stats suggest it could be good, but first touch isn't the best, I suppose, so maybe that's something to do with it. Still got a lot of potential, but anyway, I digress. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed about the fact it's Everton. You know, he's got a few other teams interested in him. I think Echo are in for him again, or is it Valencia? Let's have a look. Valencia are in for him. Now, for Valencia, I'd have no problem whatsoever letting him go there, because I'm not going to play him every year. If he goes to Everton, that's going to be shite. But he says, oh, I knew you'd be reasonable, I expected that from you because you're a top bloke, which is fine, but I don't really want you to leave. I mean, I'm asking for pretty much 3 times your value. If they match it, I'll let you go, but if you don't, I'm sorry, but you're staying. That's as simple as that. I'm not selling for any less than 50 million. If they offer 50 million, I might accept that. So yeah, we've got today's game, which is against Chelsea. No fresh injury concerns, so let's just get straight into the game. Today's final Barclays Premier League game at the Silver Lake Stadium is ECFC against Chelsea FC. ECFC go into this game on the back of a 3-3 draw at the Theatre of Nightmares. They're going to line up with Big Z in goal, with the Dick at right back, Kowalski at left back, with Rekic and Martin the centre back pairing, with Ledesma again just in front of him. Marie is partnered by Liam Walsh, with Lukunku on the right, Adua on the left, and Castello continuing up front on his own. Chelsea go into this game on the back of a penalty win against Manchester City to get into the final against Man United, which could be a problem should they win the FA Cup against Man United, because it will take up one of the Euro spots if they stay where they are, i.e. in 10th place. They're going to line up with a 176-year-old Courtois in goal, with Comley on the right, 376-year-old Azpilicueta on the left, with Nkulu, who I believe as well is 36, Zuma, who is 31. So they've got a very old side, basically, that's what I'm getting at. With Lowe on the right, Bat on the left, with Hazard and Oscar in the middle of the park, with Fernandes and Mulder up top. Right, so I'm just telling him you can get into a European spot here with the win here, and I've just pressed no pressure by accident. What a tool. But Chelsea are a very old side. We've got Hazard and Oscar who were 35 and 34 respectively. You know, they've got a very old like back five, minus probably the right back, who I think he's about 23 or something. I'm not entirely sure, but anyway, let's get into the game. Right, so it's Chelsea get the game underway, going from left to right here at the Silver Lake Stadium. For the last time, we're going to get a new stadium for next season. Hopefully, it'll be showing some European football. We'll have to wait and see. Right, Chelsea with the corner. Hazard floats it in. Zuma wins the header and Fernandes scores. Shoddy marking. 1-0 Chelsea. And we drop to 7th as it stands. Disappointing. Yeah, Zuma won the header. Fernandes there. Shinned it in. I mean, what is the point in you being there, Dick? Hey? It's a disappointing first half. That was the only highlight of the game. I'm going to say we owe Chelsea. And we get a very poor response. Okay. After saying I've got faith, it's somewhat a better picture. But it doesn't change the fact that we're 1-0 down. And we're going to get the game back underway. Again, going left to right. Ledesma has it and plays it to Kowalski. Probably a false highlight, but never mind. Marie finds a doer. Yeah. It's been very shocking. No highlights again. And Eastleigh have only had 4 shots to Chelsea's 12. So that's awesome, isn't it? Right, let's get rid of a doer because he's doing shocking. Let's bring on Mariscal. He's not fully fit, but I'm going to bring him on for Liam Walsh. Marie will swap with Mariscal because he's a good box-to-box midfielder. And I'm also going to bring on, for a kind of disappointing Castello, a not fully fit Roy Brewer. Let's just see. It's a triple change, which is a bit of a risk, but I'm hoping that the substitutes can have the same impact as in the Manchester United game. All it takes is 1 goal. Well, that was probably the most boring game going. Lost 1-0. That's us out of the Champions League race, which was largely disappointing. Right, so before we go into the last game of the season against Everton, I'll just show you the table over here. We're on 56 points, only got a goal difference of +4. And you've got Chelsea and Derby and Everton who are standing in the way. Now, we're playing Everton today, which, you know, we could, you know, obviously leapfrog them if we beat them. If we draw, it's not going to be good enough, I don't think. In fact, a draw won't be good enough. Maximum, I think, will get us into 7th. The reason why is Chelsea are playing Derby County in the last game of the season. And if you weren't aware, Derby County are just ahead of them. If they both draw, and we beat Everton, we can still finish 5th. So that is definitely on my wish list. Everton didn't win their game. They actually lost their last game to West Brom 5-4. Great game. But, you know, it's done with. It's done. All that matters now is, you know, the lowest we can finish is 10th. So Tottenham could leapfrog us. But we've got Chelsea, Derby need to draw. And obviously our game against Everton. So I am going to be, for this live com, putting on the other scores, latest scores. Keep an eye on it just to see where we finish up. I'm hoping that we're not going to drop down. I'll be happy where I am now, in 8th. That's somewhere where I aimed for at the beginning of the season, on a personal level. But, you know, Paco Jimenez, or Gemez, whatever you call him, he's after Lukunku. Let's see if we can put on a good show for him to try and get them to pay out the 60 million. It's saying that, they'd have to shell out 24 million. No, they'd have to shell out 60 million. And same with the Dick, it says, they'd have to shell out 8.25 million. No, you'd have to shell out 40 million, because that's what I valued him at. So, pay up, or shove off, or whatever that saying is. So, yeah, just join us in a second for the lineups. I'm going to sort my team out. The final Barclays Premier League clash is brought to you live from Goodison Park. It's Everton versus Eastleigh FC. Right, so Everton go into this last game of the season at Goodison Park, following a 5-4 away defeat at the Hawthorns against West Brom. They're going to line up with Mizanel in goal, with Aurier at right back, Flores at left back, Christensen and Okori in the middle of defence, with Greatorex and Barkley in the middle of the park, Isco just ahead of them, with Keita to the left of him and Bell Hadge to the right, and Allman up top on his own. It used to go into this game, and on the back of a disappointing last game at Silver Lake Stadium defeat 1-0 against Chelsea. They're going to line up with Big Z in goal, Walker Peters returning at right back, Target at left back, Rekic and Martin continue in the middle of defence with Ledesma in front of them. Mariscal comes back into the side, starting the last game of the season alongside George Davis, Vukitic on the left, Lukunku on the right, and Brewer returning to the side for the last game of the season as well, up top on his own. We are massive underdogs, so I'm going to say, you know, one last performance. You know what? Yeah. One last performance. They've been fantastic all season. Let's give them a think. That's quite a good response, that, actually. I'm quite happy with that. I've never seen that one before, to be fair. First time I've seen it, but look at this, nearly a sea of green. Just a goalkeeper, but I can live with that. The outfield players are more important to me, I think, in terms of motivation. The keepers can suck a fat one for all I care. But anyway, we're going to get into the game, and you know, wish us luck. Right, so Everton get the game underway. They're going left to right. Just looking down in the left-hand corner, I've moved it up to just a top 10. In the league, Davis has fouled and he's going to get a yellow card already. Bloody hell, 12 seconds on the clock I think, or just a warning. Yeah, but obviously the game we're looking at is the Chelsea derby game. I suppose Tottenham Reading as well, you could say, because they could leapfrog us, as well as West Ham against West Brom. But on the whole, we're focusing on the Chelsea derby game, and hopefully we can get a positive result here against Everton. Maiser now, but the free kick plays it shot to Aurier. Now it's Christensen. Greatorex. Isco, quality player of course, plays it through for Keita's got in behind, squares it for Allman. Oh, what a save from Big C! Big, like, massive dive to the right. I actually thought that was a goal, but never mind, and he's really prolific is Allman. Big Z with a goal kick, free kick, sorry. Plays it long for some reason, but Ledesma wins it. And now it's Lukunku who's got an overlapping run, which he finds with an awesome flick. And Walker Peters gets by his man as well, whip it in. Got bodies in the box so he can fall on the floor. Thanks to Greatorex, who can find Allman. He needs to hold up the ball. Or is he going to go himself? Is he going to be like Ryan Giggs and waltz through everyone? It seems that it could be that way, and it is. And Big Z, what a save, diving and catches it as well. All in one motion. Early scores at the minute. Tottenham are drawing 1-1. Man United are winning 1-0. West Ham, what are they doing? West Ham are drawing as well. So far so good at the minute. We just need to get a goal and try and push on. Right, chances for us. Vukitic for the corner, swings it in, it's headed away by Flores. And Belhaj gets it even further. Isco picks up the loose ball, and there's a bit of a counter-attack on here. We've got bodies overflowing. Barkley's got it. Can he find a man? He tries to find Allman, he does as well. He's got an overlapping run if he can find him, or he goes himself. It's forced wide. Plays it back to Greatorex. Barkley, lovely ball to Flores. This looks very dangerous as this attack. He chips it back outside the box. Isco's got it though. And plays it to Akore. What's he doing there? He's a centre back. Knocks it back to Isco. Now it's Barkley. First time ball to Akore. Crossing position. Crosses in deep. And it's 1-0 Belhaj. And things are going against us now. Just before half time as well. Devastation. Yeah, it felt like a chance for them. Akore crosses in. And what's Big Z doing? Let's just go for a run somewhere. See ya. Gimp. Right, we need one last big performance here. Now what do you do? How do you approach this? You know, we owe Everton. I mean, we do. That's what I've gone for. It seems to have worked-ish. Get a sea of green for the last one. Come on. Get in, sea of green. I can't do any more than that, apart from my substitutes, of course. What can I say? It's gonna be tight, I think. This will be a false highlight, I'm assuming. Vukitic, obviously we're going from left to right now. It's a foul by Akore. Is it going to be a yellow card for him? About a similar amount of time, similar position to what happened to George Davis, I think it was. But it's a yellow card for them. Right, highlight, it's us on the ball as well. Walker Peters finds Ledesma. Squares it to Rekic. Long ball towards Vukitic. He brings it down superbly on his chest, but somehow comes off Okore's back at the same time. Right, okay. Isco plays it infield to Barkley. If Everton get a goal here, I make them definite favourites to finish in the European spot. And that's Keita. Has he got the key to unlock a goal? That's a shit saying, but never mind. Ball comes in, it's cleared away by Rekik, but only as far as Greatorex. Plays it to Barkley, plays it forward to Belhard to goal scorer. It's a great block. Fantastic block there. I don't know who he was. I think it was Target. I could be wrong. Could have been Rekik. Fantastic block though. Has to be said. Passionately encouraged. Come on! You can do it! Come on! It's not looking good at the minute. I think it's time for a free kick specialist. Come on, Marie. You can do it! All night long! Brewer is looking frustrated. He's not having the best game. I'll leave him on for a bit longer. But Marie's going to come on. Just for the fact that he can take a free kick. And it could be that we need just to spark this game into life. Let's have a look. Derby are winning 1-0. So, as it stands, we're 10th. It'd be a huge disappointment if it finishes up like that. I think we take Castello off. And to be honest with you, I think we take off Vukitic as well. You know what? No. Come off the man. Come off the hour. George Davis has been a little bit poor. So he's going to come off. And Verlinden, who's not played for a while, but he does grab big goals at the best of times. So I'm hoping, a bit like what Geraldo used to be like in the lower leagues, I'm hoping he can just nick us a goal. But as it stands, 10th position is disappointing after where we've been all well, most of the season. But it's still an improvement on last season. Just means no European football, which is a bit of a gutter. But Aria's got it now, crosses in, and Belhad forces a save from Big Z, I think is what I was trying to say. Right, chance perhaps for us. Walker Peters throws it. Verlinden gets fouled! Who's the penalty taker? It's Brewer. Oh no, I've taken him off. It's Vukitic who missed the last one against the Scum. Again, not confident. But I should have been. Went the same way this time, it goes in. 1-1. Is there life in this game yet for us? There's 10 minutes or so, 11 minutes. Vukitic puts away the penalty. We don't need to see the highlights of the penalty because it's a penalty, for God's sake. I like season 8, which again would be just outside where I want us to be. But all it takes is a couple of goals from other teams. You know, West Ham are winning 3-0, so we're not going to be beating them unless we can get a late winner against Everton, which I might add is a highlight, and there's still 8 minutes to go. So Oria's got it though. Finds Belhaj. Square inside to Isco. Keita's in behind. Scores with great ease and great aplomb. Shocking defending. Shocking goalkeeping in truth. And that was just appalling. That sees a good drop back down to 10th. What are Tottenham doing? Winning 2-1. So that could change as well. Need Reddit to do us a favour. But yeah, ball gets over the top. Martin, what are you doing? Focusing on your chuffing mohawk, I think. But never mind. Big Z, what was that? You hold your hands out like this, like you're singing Angels by Robbie Williams. But you were as much at fault. Martin gets 5.9 rating for that, even though for me it was more than both of them. So 30 seconds to go. It's a disappointing end to the season unless we can get a late equaliser here. It's a little bit below my own personal expectations, but obviously higher than the expectations from the board. But we did spend quite a bit of money, so I was hoping for a better end to the season. But Castello's got it, plays it wide to Verlinden. There's 5 seconds left, you need to get it forward now, pal. Never mind, Belhaj gets it instead. Mateus Pereira gets it. Full time whistle goes, and it's a bit of a damp squib, so disappointing. I'm going to say you're unlucky. And you know, they're motivated and what have you, but it's a bit late. So end of the season table. I mean, we'll go more in depth after this season. Newcastle relegated again. Yeah, so as you can see, we finished on 56 points. There's still some teams to play, but we can't drop any lower than 10th. It's just disappointing. We were, 8th to start off with. We had every chance of nicking that fifth place. As it turns out, Chelsea got beat by Derby County, so we wouldn't have leapfrogged them anyway. So the best we could have hoped for was probably 6th. However, we didn't win. We got beat. Oh no, it's disappointing. Reading got beat by Spurs, but Newcastle must have got beat as well because they got relegated at 41 points, which usually gets 40 points, you're alright, but not apparently in this season. That's got to be one of the record low points totals for winning the league as well, by the way. But it was mainly Man United and Arsenal, more Man United than Arsenal, but because City were miles away and so were Liverpool. So pretty much a season of domination for Man United. They've won the double, they've won the Capital One Cup as well, I believe, and then they've got the FA Cup that could win the treble here, which I'm sure the likes of Boodrich and Twitch and Badge and everyone else who's a Man United fan, Dave has a paddy to some extent, even though he's a Wolves fan by, normally, but some people do have two teams. So yeah, everyone's going to be happy with that. Most people, because I suppose most people are Man United fans. But yeah, it's a bit of a disappointing end to the season with a couple of poor results. 2-1 goal deficit defeats. Tight games, but it want to be much strengthening needed ahead. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, why not press the like button? If you'd like to see more, if you'd like to subscribe, and don't forget, like us on Twitter. Occasionally I might go on Twitch every now and again. I'm trying and sort out some time to get onto Twitch at some point, but it's kind of tough at the moment with real life events and such. But yeah, it's going to be the end of the season review on the next video. Hopefully you can join us for that as well. And then the episode after that will be the start of season 12. Let's see who we can bring in. See if we can keep on of the likes of Lukunku, and let's see what transfer budget we get for next season as well. But until then, I will see you then. Bye bye.